This is episode 180 of Noodle Time. Welcome back. Here with me is G Mileage Tracker OSG. How's it going, sir?
What's up, brother? What's up, man? Hey, busy weekend last weekend. Had a lot of fun. Had a rainy one and a windy one. But I'm here. Let's go. Let's get our noodles. The remote last time was friggin' awesome. Hope to do more of those soon.
Yes. That was a fantastic episode. If you guys are not aware, please watch the last Noodle Time episode 179. The whole gang was there. I was the only one missing, but man, just looking at that episode with Victor Araiza, that was a fantastic episode. So I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Whatever you get your podcast, Foxtrot TV as always. Honestly, that was a great episode in person at We Got Soccer on Westheimer. Go check out the store if you guys haven't done so already. A fantastic soccer store right in the heart of Houston, along with other stores. Just a fantastic environment overall.
Absolutely, yeah. You have a lot of merch there. They're getting ready for the World Cup. As you see when you walk in, as you saw in the opening of 179 too. There's a lot of merch there, so go check it out. They can put your name and number on the back of your jerseys if they're blank, your Dynamo jerseys as well, any jersey. So go check them out. We Got Soccer.
Yes, Tigres Gamer in the chat. We lost yesterday. I can't believe Camel glitched. We're definitely gonna be talking about that in the next stats dispatch.
But Selden, that's a whole nother show, brother. This one's Dynamo. We're talking to boys today. We got the girls on a whole nother night.
Yeah. Well, we're saving it for sure. We got a lot to talk about the dash when that comes in, but of course, tonight we're focusing on the Dynamo. Lots to talk about. Of course, the latest win against Colorado. We got 2 games to preview this weekend and next, and we're going to be starting first things first. That's going to be the Open Cup scenarios. We did touch a little bit on the review against Louisville City. And of course, we did qualify to the 2026 U.S. Open Cup quarterfinals against St. Louis City FC. Or SC, sorry, SC. I keep mixing those up every single time, but St. Louis City. St. Louis City, we're gonna be
covering both. It's easy to mix them up when you cover both leagues.
Yeah. It's like either FC or SC or a mixture in between, and it gets messy. But we're gonna be facing St. Louis City SC on Tuesday, May 19th in the quarterfinals, and that's gonna be at 7 p.m. Central Time on Paramount Plus. And part of that scenario, based on the final draw that was conducted last week, it not only determined the hosting priority for the semifinals, but it also determined the hosting priority for the final. And whoever's on the East is going to be hosting the final of the 2026 U.S. Open Cup, and so pretty much anybody in the West, which is the conference that we are at right now, is not going to host the final. And the priority order for the semifinal is in this order: Colorado Rapids, us, Houston Dynamo FC, St. Louis City, and San Jose Earthquakes. So basically, if Houston advanced to the semifinals, if they beat St. Louis City, and as long as Colorado Rapids do not advance, they're going to be hosting at least or at most San Jose Earthquakes. So that's going to be the hosting party for the semifinals. And of course, we're not going to be hosting the finals since it's going to be on the East. But I want to hear from you, OSG. Obviously, we still got the full preview to do next week. But I just want to hear your thoughts about the whole seating and the scenario that we have to hopefully go all the way.
Yeah, of the four teams left, that's the best team that we could get is at St. Louis. I mean, you wanted to be home, but you got at St. Louis. You didn't get San Jose, who's the best team in the West or the best team in the league right now, standings wise. So in Colorado, you knew before what we're getting into in the future here in this episode. you lost 6-2 to Colorado on the road to Colorado, so you're not sure if you wanted to play Colorado. So St. Louis is who you wanted. You got St. Louis. Unfortunately, you got to go on the road to St. Louis. Next round, you were lucky to pull 2. So if Colorado cannot beat San Jose at Colorado, that's going to be a tough one either way. San Jose expected to win that game. By the way, they've been playing like recently. So if we win our game and San Jose wins their game, so paper, St. Louis going back retrack. St. Louis is a good Open Cup team, not a good MLS team, so be careful for that too. And to expect, you don't know what Ben's going to put out there as far as Ben's besties, as we like to call them sometimes. So the starting 11. So whoa, I like it though. We'll see what can happen. The finals in the East. Where's it going to be? Columbus, Orlando? I don't know. Are we going to go there? Looking forward to it. I expect it to be there. I expect us to be there. And another epic video with Andrés Naranjo and Foxtrot celebrating an Open Cup win on the road.
Absolutely. Yes. And hey, man, teams can be great in the Open Cup, but nobody has Ezequiel Ponce. Of course, our Open Cup scorer, our Open Cup killer. Of course, scoring in the last 2 games, against the USL opponents. But hey, man, as long as he's scoring, I'm fine. We're definitely gonna be talking about him in league play very soon. But yeah, man, he's gotta get his groove going. When it comes to the priority hosting for the final, my hopes is that obviously the Dynamo make the final, but I'm pulling for Orlando to go all the way only because I have family in Orlando, and if everything goes right, I'd like to go to the final since I definitely have a place there to stay. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Of course, I'm gonna be looking forward to against Griffin Dorsey. It will be my 3rd Open Cup final, like in person, which is just absolutely insane. But yeah, obviously we got to win 2 games to get there, so it's gonna be a lot of work. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the game against St. Louis. Again, that's gonna be on May 19th. We're gonna have the full preview for that one in due time. But for now, we're gonna be
like you said, got to play St. Louis, and then we'll talk about it when it gets closer, and we'll see how we're feeling. Ponce though, no USL teams left, so got to score against those MLS competition, whether it's Open Cup or MLS.
Yes, and like I said, he better score against some of the MLS opponents because there are no more USL opponents in the tournament standing. So he better pick it up. But if the scoring in the Open Cup helps him, I welcome that. But I'm definitely gonna be complaining a lot about him in this episode when we get to talk about the next upcoming games. But first, we're gonna be talking about the win against Colorado Rapids, 1-0 back home last weekend. And off that insane Ennali golazo, man, we definitely have lots to talk about this game. And just being in person, of course, you mentioned earlier in the episode that you were pretty much almost the entire week in Houston, just creating a lot of content, not just on Dynamo side, but also on the Dash side. I wanted to hear from you first because you were at the game and you were getting all the emotions. Of course, we've been going into this one with expectations to get back into winning ways, and not just winning ways, but also scoring ways.
Well, it was one of those that it was a build up to a revenge game, losing 6-2 to Colorado. Yes, I was very busy. I went to Houston from Wednesday to Sunday, so saw the Open Cup game against Louisville. Did some Dash interviews on Thursday. Did some Dynamo interviews with Herman. Did a Dose interview myself. Went to the Dash game on Friday night. Dynamo on Saturday night. So yeah, it was busy. It was busy, bro. But the game was good. The game was fun. it was different than when we watched against Colorado. In Colorado, obviously different. We performed better, had a better start. Shout out Augustine Reach, who has shot up substantially. That man is just growing and growing and growing, and he's a big man. And next to Antonio Carlos is two big men sitting there in the middle. Now you just got to figure out how you're going to play the third or the fourth or the fifth, backs, and just prevent teams from getting opportunities on us. But it was a good game. Thank you for Ennali to trying to find a way to just take a blast and just he did it. And that first touch went a little bit behind, but he adjusted quickly because there wasn't enough pressure on him and just took a blast and the keeper. Oh yes. You missed it, bro. You missed it. What a goal. What a goal. As Selvin was sitting right there too. He was watching it, and I mean that was on the goal where Andreas, you're familiar where the press box is in line, so we're sitting perpendicular to it. We're sitting perpendicular
Pretty
to
much,
the shot.
yeah, right in front
So
of
it looked 27, 28 yards out. The supporter section, however, had the POV, however, from the other side of the stadium, but the angle that was just straight eye on, and you just saw Ennali take a touch, and then boom, in the corner of the net, and it was just friggin' awesome. And then we held it down, and we performed to the end, and wins, dubs, 3 points, and it wasn't a revenge game according to Ben Olsen, as I was trying to mention earlier, and I lost my track. But Herman asked Ben, "Is it a revenge game?" And he said, "No." It's 6-2 posted on the locker room, and the boys are coming out with motivation. And he's like, "No, it's another game. We have to perform. We have to execute. We have to do our job." He asked Arthur and Jeremy in his exclusive interview. We just released the same thing. Is this a revenge game? And they both said no, the same thing. So it's not a revenge game. But you know what? We got our revenge.
Yeah, and they're always gonna tell you that they take it game by game. So regardless of what happened over the course of the season, like in the first, you could say the first leg of the series, it's somewhat irrelevant because at this point you have to go every game looking for the 3 points and not look back. But honestly, kind of feel like that because especially after losing like that in Colorado, I felt like Houston on their back of the heads they were like, oh, we cannot afford to do that again, especially in front of our fans. Honestly, just starting with the positive out of this game is just defensively speaking, Houston had one of their best defensive games of the season, and Ben also kind of alluded to that in the post game press conference. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's in Foxtrot TV. So check it out if you haven't already. But basically, like he said it was the best game of the season so far, and of course we've already seen games where we were scoring a lot of goals, but of course in the eyes of the head coach and the analytical side, the performance more than anything, especially depending on the opponent, definitely goes beyond the goals. So if you perform very well against a team like Colorado, the coach is always gonna say this might be the best performance of the season so far. And defensively speaking, Houston did a much better job this time around. You mentioned earlier, Agustin Rush, another start for the rookie, another opportunity for him to prove himself to just be a starter. And man, like an insane goal line clearance to save the 3 points. I mean, what an absolute beast! What an absolute beast of a tower that we have, man. I'm so happy to see him involved just like that, and like this is the type of 3 points that defenders win for you. And I'm seeing glimpses of Mikael in Augustine Rush, man. I'm so happy that he's just like in like at day in and day out just performing like that for us. So it's just fantastic to see Augustine Rush and start for him. And this is the type of performance that the defense needed because obviously I've been talking in previous episodes about consistency in the back line. Houston has not been showing that a little bit before the San Diego game. back home, and slowly but surely they're building up that momentum. And I just want to hear your thoughts of overall of Houston's defensive improvement so far.
Yeah, like shout out to Augustine again, but you could start Eric, and if he limps up or can't do 90, Augustine comes off the bench and subs in for him, and he's fresh and gives you the last 30, last 20, whatever it is, or comes in and works as another third center back whenever you're winning 2-0 and trying to keep a team like an LAFC, as we may talk later on, preventing them from coming back. So I like it, But you could start at Augustine too with Carlos, and Eric can come in later and perform the last 20 minutes where know you're going to have some quality decision making defending out there between Carlos and Eric too. And Reese might make a mistake here and there, but he's doing a great job. And then you have Andretti. Andretti just you can't say nothing bad about Andrade. Andrade
Yeah,
is just doing his friggin' job left and friggin' right. The other side, it's a work in progress. So Holmes, Aliu, whoever is out there working their money. So it's still a little bit to work, but
yeah, and we did get Artur's starting in this game, and Diadi Samaseku starting as well. So the pairing there actually worked pretty good. I felt like this might be like the best game for Diadi thus far, which is good to see. Jackman Glenn making his first start since his injury. He's been out for a few weeks now, and he's back. He did play up to 63 minutes before Bolsard replaced him. Uh, yeah, he came in at the same time as Hector Herrera. He did replace Artur there, and Houston defensively did pretty good. The negative for sure will definitely have to be a topic that we've been kind of discussing for the past few episodes. Is just the offensive output, man. We've been definitely seeing opportunities where Houston could just make a run for it or get a shot, but the offensive output, man, is just absolutely concerning. The fact that we're not able to put more goals in the back of the net is definitely easier said than done. But at the same time, we have all these attacking pieces, and granted, we did get a pretty good opportunity with Ennali just being at the right place at the right time, and just that having his foot like placed absolutely amazing, just to put in the back of the keeper as Zach Steffen, man. He definitely saved our backs there, but honestly, just looking at our offensive output for the past couple of games, especially against Louisville City in the Open Cup, I'm like, we are definitely better than this. Especially looking at Ezequiel Ponce, I definitely joked about him like showing out in the Open Cup, but he has not scored in league play at all. And we've said it every single episode. DP striker getting all that money, and like, he can be a body that runs up and down the field. Ben's besties, of course, we've been talking about that every single time, but it's absolutely infuriating, man, that we have a designated player, our most expensive signing in club history, absolutely just not like providing that scoring output that is required, which is absolutely insane. And it's upsetting for me. Like every single time, it's absolutely stupid. Not he's not stupid. I'm just saying like it's just stupid that we're in this situation.
no, yeah, it is stupid. And when this is the last game against Colorado that we did win the game, 84 minutes played, right? Expected goal XG for Ponce, point 11, point 11.
Gross.
Point 11. Expected assist, 0.01, which mentions in as many as MLS games we played this season already, 0 goals, 0 assists at $8 million. So you move on. Accurate passes, 14 of 15. All right, cool. None of them led to a goal. None of them led to a goal. Hence the 0.1 assist creation. Shots on target, 0. Block shots. There was one block shot, so he took one opportunity, and it was from 7 yards away, where he got
Yeah.
blocked. 22 touches total for the entire game as
He missed a sitter too, yeah.
a striker, which is ridiculous. And before everybody goes and throws Bogus under the bus, yes, Bogus is not performing to his expectation as well. The
Yep.
expectation for Ponce is a lot higher right now, and he is getting service in some degree and still cannot perform. My biggest Ponce, score. I think you waste so much opportunity when clearances from the goalkeeper, goal clearances from the goal kick, where balls are coming to Ponce. He does not try to win those balls at all. He stands there. He might touch you. He might do something. He does not try to win it. Watch. Linger goes out there. He will back that dude up. He will test that ball, trap that ball. He'll do whatever. He'll try to win that ball on that first touch and try to create something. So first off, with Ponce, we've already lost that aspect. We're not trying to win possession when we played him that ball from the long ball aspect. I win the ball. I have the ball. I lose the ball. What's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to chase my target down and I'm going to foul him no matter what. Now I'm giving possession back to the other team. I hate it. I can't stand it. The IQ sucks. He's
Yep.
like, bro, stop it right now. Stop it, Ponce. You're so annoying, and I'm watching you off ball, see what you're doing with your teammates, and how you can be involved, and why we're not playing you the ball as much and using you as much, and I can see it. I can clearly see it. You're not involved. You don't play that way, and you just, oh man, you're not what you're supposed to be. Gotta change, brother.
Yeah, man. Ponce needs to change. Of course, as a lot of focus also goes to Bogus because
Right. I
I
left
want to say
bogus
like
for you. I said enough
yeah,
about
yeah,
Ponce. I
like
left bogus for you.
yeah, Bogus. Of course, it's definitely another player that we have to focus on because we've been beating the horse on beating the dead horse on Ponce already. But Bogus is getting there, man. Like I'm only saying it because like he's definitely been opening plays for Dynamo if you keep a close eye on games, but at the same time, uh, we need no more of those opportunities. He needs to be the player that keeps engaging more and more and provides those dangerous opportunities, kind of like the one that that we've seen a little bit this season. So Bogus is getting there, man. It's definitely concerning now. And a shout out to Rushan, shout out to Juan Balmaceda in the chat. Rushan, man, Ennali Army. I love that. Ennali Army, man.
Ennali Army,
Ennali
huh?
Army.
Ennali.
Yeah. Ennali Army, yeah.
He's
And
switching.
Juan
He's switching up
Balmaceda.
a little bit.
Yeah. Juan Balmaceda also asking for Ponce to be benched. And yeah, man, of course, we do have a couple weapons in there. Of course, Nick Markanic being there. And I feel like
That's
we're
great.
gonna be
He's
seeing
done.
him next week. But we'll talk about it in a little bit. But I wanted to mention Bogus, man, and also wanted to mention Guilherme. Of course, Guilherme gets a little bit more of a break because he's still the highest scoring player on the team, and even though he hasn't performed that as of recently for the past few games, it's like it's getting a little bit concerning because he hasn't been getting a lot of opportunities or to get in the back of the net. But OSG, are you as concerned for Guilherme?
Not for not. No. Let me just say that again.
Yeah.
No, not for him as much. I'm still the offense. How, where Bogus needs to produce more. Ponce obviously needs to produce more. McGlynn's just coming back. Archer just coming back. It's so and then people want Ache to start the entire and play the entire 90 minutes, which is not possible and impossible, by the way. So it's where can or we're trying to find our consistency, and Ben will tell you we're still trying to figure it out. Come on, man. No, I'm not worried about Guilherme at all. I'm not worried about him at all. He's still there. I might be worried about his mentality if the team continues to struggle and he's the one performing and nobody else can perform around him. And, Ennali has to throw a rocket out of the friggin' somebody's ass. And that's how the Dynamo are going to play every day. Then, that's going to be disheartening. So right now, no, I'm not worried about G or Gee, as Ben calls it. Gee. My bad.
Yeah. Well, a lot of concern in the offense, and a lot of questions to be proven again in this tough week, which we're gonna be getting into shortly. And I just wanted to close out this one with, of course, we did highlight the outstanding defensive performance against Colorado, and Jonathan Bond getting the third clean sheet of the season, or assisting rather in the third clean sheet of the season. Also thanks to Agustin Resch there. So kudos to the defense. Kudos to always for the 3 points, regardless how we get their 3 points. It's always going to be 3 points. And we're going to be moving on, man. This week or the next 2 games. Yes, happy birthday, Ben. I really like the video that you were able to set up, and just being able to celebrate his birthday with a win. That was a pretty good touch.
I hope he enjoyed it. That was a shout out from the fans. Did some of those from the tailgate, some of those from the supporter section, but I could have done 1,000 more. But the video just could have continued. But did a little short one. So happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Ben, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. And this weekend is the start of 2 of the most difficult games that we're gonna have so far this season. This weekend on Sunday prime time, we're gonna be facing LAFC on the road, and third place in the West with 21 points, 6 wins so far. They're ahead of us by 6 points in total. We do have a game in hand over LAFC, but we're kind of not concerned about placement in the standings, but rather their performance. Of course, LAFC beating the Dynamo 2-0 earlier in the season. I'm a little bit scared, man. I'm a little bit scared because, granted, we did get the little bit of a break this week because we didn't play during the week, but at the same time, we're playing an LAFC that is contesting for the top spots in the Western Conference. A team that is just a nuisance behind Son and Buanga, even though Buanga is not going to be playing against the Dynamo due to suspension, but they're still going to be an insane team to play against. We're going to be going on the road against a very tough opponent, OSG. What are your thoughts on LAFC thus far in the season? And of course, Tigres Gamer did mention that they did lose in Coca Champions.
Play like Toluca.
Yeah. They did lose against Toluca 4-0 on the road in Coca Champions, and they're eliminated. So they're gonna be a little bit heated about that. They're gonna be coming in with in that mentality to go back to winning ways. But OSG, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, all right. So like you said, Buanga, but the 5 yellow card accumulation suspension, so he'll be out. Yeah, and Son has been, Son, but he hasn't scored a goal yet this season as well. Just to mention, he does have 7 assists though, so he is producing a goal contributions. He just hasn't scored, so naturally he will score on Sunday. That's because that's the life we live as a Dynamo fan. So we have one in LA though, so don't know. That's why you watch, and that's why we're complacent about this game. But LAFC with 8 clean sheets this season, like you mentioned earlier, and us struggling to score and not having a striker that can score, and you're having to create goals out of nothing and out of rebounds on a corner kick, maybe out of a set piece. I don't know where the goals are going to come from. That's going to be a struggle, and you can't do that or ask for that when you're playing a team against LAFC in Los Angeles. at their place. That's not how you play top tier teams. So they'll have to figure it out. Not very expecting out of this game at all.
Yeah, and if there's one game that Ponce can definitely prove us wrong, it's definitely scoring this game. You kind of said it already. LAFC has one of the best defenses in the Western Conference. Really stacking up a clean sheet after clean sheet because they're just that good. And if the Dynamo are able to capitalize here in one of those type of opportunities where they're able to find a break somehow, they can definitely put the game away. If defensively speaking, we're playing on our toes, kind of like against Colorado. It's definitely a scenario, like you said, we won back there not so long ago, and we can do it again. It's more so about keeping up with the momentum of the game, even if LAFC has that type of momentum, and they can definitely win it. It's just a matter of staying on their toes against a good team like LAFC. My prediction for this one,
We won in August of 2024.
Yeah.
And I brought this game up for a reason. And the reason was the two goal scorers in that game were Ponce and Ennali. And we won the game 2-0. Steve Clark
And I
got
believe
player of the game somehow. But
yeah.
2 goals from Ponce and Ennali. Now, granted, we played them 4 more times. One other time at LAFC where we did lose to them. But, I'm just saying, it's possible. Hope.
It is possible, and anything is possible as long as you believe. But I think that was the game that Ennali got injured
Oh my God.
with the ACL.
Fucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it. I remember that game in particular because of that, because I was so upset after that win, and mainly because of that. So, hey man, we kind of just talked about revenge games. Ennali back. He could definitely have a couple goals here and there. That would be pretty good. But man, predictions. Man, this is gonna be tough to predict. I'm gonna go 2-2 Dynamo. I'm super optimistic still because I love that Dynamo Kool-Aid. But man, like if they're in that moment, if they're believing in themselves, they can definitely pull a result out of LA.
I'm 2-0 for the other team. I'm not confident at all or optimistic at all. On the road, I just don't know because I don't feel the chemistry right now with this team. Granted, 5 out of 6 wins, right? As we get a child alert on our friggin' phones right now, but going back to those matches, 5 out of 6 though. So 1-0 against Colorado, Louisville 2-1, which is a struggle and kind of a joke, which the reason we won that one. Lost Austin, home against San Diego was a great win. At Orlando, a good win, shoot, and then the El Paso 4-1. So, and then before that was Colorado 6-2. So, man, it is tough because you say the team is playing okay, but it doesn't. That's when you say the team is playing okay. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look confident. It doesn't look chemical with the chemistry.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised if we do take a 2-0 loss, and that's just me, the real soccer guy right here. Just I don't know, man.
Definitely
I
tough.
can't convince myself to see even where the goal is going to come from to score a goal against LAFC.
Yeah, that's gonna be a factor more than anything. And I think this game we're kind of said in the chat already. Ponce hat trick, Dynamo win 3-0. So lock it in.
Lock
Put
it
it.
in, lock it in. Whatever the
Kalshi
parlay was
Polymarket,
going to
whatever.
be, a Dynamo win with a Ponce hat trick. Go for that money right now, Selvin. Go for that money. Make that bet.
Yeah,
Put $10.
$5 in that bet is not a bad idea. Just kidding.
Yeah, $5 wins a friggin' 5,000 probably. So you're not right, and you're not losing your life on it either. So make
Yeah.
that bet. You heard it
No,
right
but
here.
yeah.
Two Best Gamer is giving you the bet of the day.
Yes. For sure. And I mean that's still gonna be an insane game. It's definitely possible that we lose just based on the outcomes that you mentioned. And like I said, I'm more so optimistic because I'm a fan. But I'm gonna be mentally ready to watch that game on Sunday night. So prime time on Apple TV. So we're gonna be getting that spotlight in the league. So we got to watch that game this weekend on Sunday nights. And man, the grind week continues because we're also gonna be visiting Real Salt Lake in the middle of the week. So a few days later, we're gonna be visiting them. And RSL, it's no joke. It's no joke. Six in the Western Conference, just a few points above us. And yeah, the standings may not show it, but they had a pretty insane start to the season. And even though they dropped a couple results already, they're still a dangerous team to play against. That attack, man, that attack can dissect defenses, can put a lot of goals behind the back of the net. And this is the game I'm more afraid for some reason compared to LAFC because I feel like after after the game against LAFC, a few days of rest, and going into this game, I feel like there's gonna be a major test for Houston because we're gonna be going back to back road games in really hostile environments, and it's gonna be a test of endurance more than anything. I feel like this game is gonna prove a lot of things for Houston, and if they wanna show us that they can pull it off, this is also gonna be the game.
Who that? Who that? Shit. Damn Junkwa is starting for Real.
Yeah,
He's playing for Real Salt Lake and getting time at the left back now. So but Diego Luna's on Real Salt Lake. That team is tough. That's going to be a struggle. Luckily, we don't have to travel back and forth from LA to Houston back to Real. We'll definitely stay on the West Coast. So hopefully that's going to be a bonus where the team will be rested. Real Salt Lake will be in Dallas on Saturday night and have to travel back to Real Salt Lake on Wednesday when we'll be on LA on Sunday night and already be a 30-minute flight away or a bus ride away where the guys can just relax or whatever. So I'll look to us be more fit and ready, but and we can play well in RSL. So, but I'm with you. This is a very tough 2-game road trip. Where are we going to be after this mentally as a fan?
and like I said, I'm gonna be mentally ready for both games because I feel like if I don't set my expectations, it's gonna be a tough time for me. But oh man, this game against RSL, I feel like it's gonna tell a lot. And if Houston are able to pull off even a draw, I feel like that's gonna be a significant accomplishment. So with that, I do have Houston and with another draw. I'm gonna go with 1-1 because I feel like it's definitely more so optimistic, kind of like against LAFC, because I feel like Houston's gonna be like in good spirits if they're able to pull off a result against LAFC. And yeah, I'm drinking that Kool-Aid again.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I will save you. I will save you because I'm not right now. I'm not right now. I am not confident in this game. I'm confident we'll be prepared for this game. How the outcome will come, I'm not sure. You said 1-1 draw. I'm looking at a 1-0, maybe a 2-1 game. I was looking at the 1-0 game. Real does win, and we struggle to score again. I don't know if that's just me dreaming nightmares or what, or or what is going on. But I mean, LAFC and Real Salt Lake are no joke, and you're playing them
Yep.
back to back. You're got Hammy could pull something out of his ass and score some goals left and right. You saw, Ennali with the rebound on the corner kick can shoot. Andrade can come out of nowhere and score something. Eric Cicinco with a game saving goal and playing striker at the last minute. So you know the goals can come, but you hate that they're goals like that where you're 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 trying to be a magician and pulling a trick out of a bag. I want you to have some more soccer goals where the team look like the buildup is great. It's a Nolly when he's getting into that box and plays that ball across and we finish and it's easily instead of going 0 for 9 out of those finishes when those crosses that come up from Ganaby or a Nolly or a McGlynn with a driving across the box across the top of the box. So Ponce, be ready for it, fight for it, stay on your toes, man. Uh, Selvin, I love your attitude, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you, and I'm taking you to Vegas, wherever the best money's at. If you're right after these two games.
Yep. Tigres Gamer in the chat also has Dynamo. Well, he has Dynamo winning 3-1. Braced by Ponce, and Arthur scores a free kick goal. And man, if that happens, I might have to tip the FBI because there's something
Well, no shit,
going on
because
in there.
Arthur's not taking a free kick to begin with, so how he's going to score a free kick? We're tipping the
Yeah.
FBI, or hold on, we're not tipping the FBI because we got wins out of it. So I'm not giving up this
Yes.
source at all.
Right. Good call. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything as long as we win.
Fuck
But
this live. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that this gonna be a tough a couple games, man. Like I said, we going back to back, only 3 days of rest, and more than likely we're gonna be rotating a lot. So we're gonna be watching players being subbed out against LAFC and more than likely against RSL as we go into the weekend after this one. So Inferno, how's it going, sir? Two beautiful kids today. Of course, the 2010, 2011 away, the white one, back when we used to wear whites. And of course, OSG wearing the paint in black. Classic. Our first black kid ever, which is fantastic. Well, yeah, man, a lot to think about for these two games and beyond. Of course, we mentioned the Open Cup coming up in a couple weeks, which is going to be massive for us. Our only route to Conca Champions if we're able to reach the final and win. But yeah, lots to think about. But man, that was the Dynamo. It's time to talk for us to talk about some those, man. Those,
Woo!
man, they don't cease to amaze me, man. They don't cease to amaze me because they are still unbeaten, undefeated, undefeated after 8 games, man. 8 games. They have yet to concede a loss. Only one draw back when they were here in Austin. But man, after that, it was just dub after dub. Of course, hitting the road because SaveTheCaps Stadium and HSP are getting ready to host the World Cup. But man, those they don't care, man. They're gonna go to your house. They're gonna win those games. They're gonna score those goals. They're gonna they're gonna make your life miserable. And watching those this season has been absolutely insane because it's just like watching the Harlem Globetrotters of the MLS Next Pro, man. That is absolutely incredible to watch. And the last result on the road against Colorado Rapids 2, winning 3-1. Goals by Matthew Arana. Reese Miller was his first professional goal. So congratulations to Reese Miller. And also Gilberto Rivera off a penalty. Man, absolute insanity of a team to watch, especially if you're able to watch it live. I highly recommend it. I watch those games live on YouTube or One Football, the app. But OSG, your thoughts on those so far?
Man, it is. It's an absolute sensation watching Dynamo Dose play right now. They're so consistent how they play. They look fluent. They're a lot of energy in all the players that they have right now. And there's some kids that are coming up. I mean, youth kids that are coming up. Obviously, right? So it's huge to see this team that has been the youngest team for the past 2 years in Next Pro, and now what they're doing, they're 7-0-1, tied for first in the West, and what was it in the and Crown Legacy, which has been a torrential team on the East for the past couple of years too.
Yeah.
Charlotte's team is 23 points as well. So those three teams, 23 points in Next Pro right now. Just proving that they're a strong team, and it's something different, And first thing first, we beat Tacoma earlier in the year. Granted,
Yeah.
Tacoma did us a favor by hiring Paulo Nagamura. So the easiest way to break the jinx is to hire a coach that you know you can defeat. So you break the jinx against Tacoma, and you're moving on 7-0-1. Like you said, the game in Austin was a stupid rain delay. Austin comes back out, gets their goal, and then it goes into a shootout. So but you win the shootout. So that's your only blemish of the season. That was the first goal of the season. 2 was a penalty kick. Since then, you did give a goal up against Colorado, but that's another thing. The defense has been just superb, not giving up nothing, and you have players like Di Morelli. I'll go ahead and say it now. I got to talk to Di Morelli personally in a 1v1 sit down, and we'll release that episode soon on Instant Ramen. Y'all just going to have to keep up, pay attention, make sure you're one of the next two subscribers. 2 subscribers? What are you talking about?
Yes.
Andrés, I'll tell you later, but Di Morelli, I got to talk to him in a 1v1 personally. His birthday's coming up on May 28th or 29th. I forget which date it was, but here at the end of the month, so make sure you tell him a happy 17th. But he's a strong and up-and-coming player. Obviously signed a new homegrown contract, the 21st player in Dynamo Academy history to do that or Dynamo history to do that with the team. So a lot of talent there. Matthew Arana, who scored the goal you mentioned against Colorado. A lot of talent there. We know that name. Diego Gonzalez. He's sitting there, not getting the shout out he may need, but he's there. There's a lot of players that are putting in a lot of effort right there. So y'all keep an eye out and pay attention. Like Andrea said, Dose is somebody strong. So that might be maybe finally the beginning of players moving up on the second team. Still got Ben as a coach, though.
Yes. This is the type of players that we have to keep an eye on every single
Shout out
time.
Jeremy Hurdle.
Shout out to Jeremy Hurdle, man. Absolutely incredible project that he's still maintaining after Coach Bondi came into the first team coaching staff. But Jeremy Hurdle has been like involved in that team for the past few seasons, and I mean, absolutely incredible job so far. Like it's just top of the Western Conference in MLS X Pro with games in hand over St. Louis City 2 and Ventura County FC.
Who do we play next?
That's a great question because our next game on May 9th at 4 o'clock is going to be against St. Louis City 2. So we're going to be playing them for the top spot. So it's going to be an absolutely insane game to watch. If you guys haven't seen those yet, this is going to be one of the best games to watch. It's going to be a highly contested game. Both teams are going to go for the win. And this is going to be a massive test for those because in the past couple of games they went against some of the weaker teams in the conference. But this is going to be the best game of the season so far, and it's going to be a good one. So check it out, of course, on YouTube or the One Football app. And Chris, how's it going? OSG and Andres and Tigres Gamer asking when can I be a part of the family of Dynamic Foxtrot. Man, everybody is family. If you would like to contribute, for sure, you may definitely reach out to myself at Dynamic Foxtrot or OSG, Noodle Tempo, or at Dynamic Foxtrot on Instagram.
Except for
Check.
Chris, the troll guy.
Yeah. Nah, Chris' family though, but yeah.
yeah. Chris knows it. Chris knows it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in as always. Yeah, man. Accolades for MLS Pro for the month of April. Those almost swept the accolades, man. Team of the month, coach of the month, goalkeeper of the month. Of course, coach of the month being Jeremy Hurdle. As we previously mentioned, a fantastic job to keep that the team undefeated. And man, once again, Pedro Cruz, goalkeeper of the month. Bro, Pedro Cruz, man, he's absolutely a beast. You see him in those games, save after save, after like pulling up key performances game in and game out. And I love when he pops off every single time when there's like a massive save to keep the results. I don't know if you keep an see that, but for me, it's just like I love it, man. I love it. Even regardless if the other team like gets angry at that, I love it.
It is fun. It's fun, and the accolades are getting too. It's all fun. Thanks, Chris. I'll make sure to drink those 2 beers. $15 gets me 2 beers.
No, yeah, and that's gonna be for the watch party this weekend, right? I believe Continental Tire is hosting it with the Surge.
Oh yeah, on Sunday. Oh
Yeah,
shoot, I forget where that. It's Sunday night soccer. So if you're checking it out, go to the watch party and check out the Dynamo. That's going to be a fun event. It's sponsored by oh god the tire Continental Tires. So
yeah,
you know first come first serve. Getting on that alcohol tab and come enjoy the
yeah,
game. They're trying to draw people there, make sure people get there and just enjoy the game. We got to beat LAFC, and they need to hear us from afar, from over here in Houston, and encourage the boys to get that dub. And Ponce will definitely be hearing the crowd yell at him on the TV.
yeah. And the watch party is gonna be at Pitch 25, sponsored by Continental Tire, and like what she said, man, taps on Continental Tire, I believe, just for like a grand. So,
Well,
but
until the tab runs out, they didn't
yeah,
specify. They said, yeah, Chris, yeah. They just said the first one's on them or whatever, and then there's other specials going on. So if you're a Sergi, you'll know of some other specials too going on at pitch as well. But yeah, that for anybody and everybody, for Dynamo fans, show up to the pitch this weekend. Your first beer might be bought on you, and then the rest is on yourself. So come get the kick started off, and let's see if Ponce can score in the first minute as its own Continental.
yes. So go there. Of course, it's Sunday night.
Not a sponsored segment on this show,
Not
by the
sponsored.
way, at all.
Yeah, not sponsored. Not nada. Just basically adding if you guys are interested to go to the watch party. It's gonna be at page 25. So check it out if you like. Um, and yeah, I did wanted to mention this before we end the episode. Uh, because there's been a lot of news around MLS, especially around Vancouver Whitecaps, and the situation involving the ownership, potentially letting go of the team and the team potentially relocating to another city. And I wanted to bring it up because it's definitely upsetting. We've been in this place before around the league. Of course, Columbus a few years ago. Owner trying to move the team to Austin. Thankfully, that didn't happen. But we're back in the conversation because we're talking about a team that has faithful fan base in Vancouver. A team that has gone through a lot of lows in for the past few seasons up until the past couple of years. Of course, getting a lot of investment. Thomas Mueller coming into Vancouver, reaching the Conca Champions final last season, and contesting for the top of the Western Conference, going to MLS Cup last year. Yeah, just like that, ownership having issues retaining the team in Vancouver with the desire to sell the team and potentially relocating it somewhere else, which definitely sucks. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I wanted to just stand solidarity with the fans of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Of course, we definitely talk a lot of crap about the Western Conference opponents that we face because we definitely want those 3 points every single time. But Vancouver, of course, is a city that has a rich soccer history going back to the NASL in the 70s, and really sucks to see if they're not able to maintain the team there. The ownership, please, somebody step in because we could use the team in Vancouver. Of course, a loyal fan base there, and just solidarity with the fans, man. I hope they don't lose their team.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like we've been talking about a trip to Vancouver for like 4 or 5 years, and it hasn't won the vote or won the opportunity. We've been going elsewhere or elsewhere. So Vancouver's one of those trips that people want to take, and I've heard enjoy taking when they go to that one. Is it unlucky that their stadium sucks and they're on turf? They pull a great crowd. They have a great following, as you mentioned. You're seeing the support now, even as the rumors are they're going to get relocated potentially. It kind of sucks. I'm torn. I don't know. Do I want a team in Vegas? Do I want a team in Vancouver more? Vegas is closer for me. That's a personal aspect
Yeah,
of it. But uh, I don't have as Chris mentioned, I don't have the $5 million golden pass. At least if I get trapped, I'll be trapped in Canada, not in anywhere else. But so I'm okay. They'll let me back. They'll let us back across. No worries. They want us out of their country. So it works
yeah.
in reverse. It works in reverse over there. So get out of our country too. But man, that does suck for them. That does suck for them. And I don't know. I'm torn, man. I'm torn. 50-50. But keep them because what do we have? Vancouver and just Toronto, right? That's it. There's two.
And Montreal.
Hell yeah, and Montreal. Maybe Montreal's the team that needs to go. Sorry, our friends at the Ballers Browns, but
I like Montreal.
yeah, I do too. But man, they kind of I don't know, bro. But yeah,
They're in a rough patch right now. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, Canada supposedly has their own Premier League. Why aren't these Canadian teams in the Canadian Premier League? Why are they in the Major League Soccer? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We do have a lot of teams in the MLS too at the same time. So if we were ever to succeed, make them go to their country league, and we, maybe we add San Antonio San Antonio instead of Vegas, and then that makes the squad go even again. I don't know. Keep
um,
Vancouver and leave them alone. That's a good
yeah,
team. It's a good squad. It's a good fan base. Leave them alone.
yeah, yeah. Well, wishing the best for their fans. Yeah, you kind of mentioned already. A team in San Antonio will be absolutely insane. That I feel like just having the 1 hour trip from Austin is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna feel like a minute. I've done
One
it so
hour. I
many
feel like a
times. Yeah,
15-minute trip from your house.
yeah. Oh yeah, for you it's gonna be bad because it's like all the way on the other side of the earth in
Yeah,
Georgetown.
for real.
No, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. As always, we do appreciate everybody that has stay tuned on Foxtrot TV and get you with the chats. Chris, Tigris Gamer, Inferno, everybody in the chat that has been engaging as well. Juan Maceda, Rushan, thank you guys so much for tuning in and engaging.
Chris, the next water on the rocks is on me, bro. Next time we hang
Yeah,
out, so I got you.
I'll definitely be okay with getting sponsored by Bionicle or Lego
Right?
for that matter. That would be pretty good. But yeah, we are 2 subs away from 400, guys. Thank you once again for subscribing. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. We're almost there, and as soon as we get to 400, I'm gonna spam. Uh, I'm gonna spam for a giveaway as soon as possible because Mark is getting those cards. Of course, he's not being able to join tonight's show, and he's just picking up those cards. Like it's just unfortunate he's not being able to join, but he told me, guys, I have to do this. I have to do this for the fans. They want the LEU cards. They don't want the Ponce cards; they want the Eliu cards. And I keep telling everybody wants their cards. Like it could be any cards, but he's getting that giveaway. So as soon as we hit 400 subscribers, he's gonna get that out as soon as possible. But once again, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for sharing our show and our contents on social media as well. And if you guys haven't been following us already, follow us at Dynamic Foxtrot on X and Instagram. We also have Noodle Tiempo as a separate handle on X. It's just us making sure that we covering all bases when it comes to Dynamo, Dash, and those. And of course, our website, dynamicfoxtrot.com. It's going to be your main website where we're going to be posting all of our contents in one place. So you can always listen to our podcast there, catch our photo gallery and our Fox in the Box blogs, and pretty much everything that we post video wise. All of our content is going to be right there in one place.
Big shout out, man. Big shout out, Andrés. I'm glad you mentioned the photographer or the photos, man. The photographers that we have, we currently have 4 right now. I didn't even know we had a separate one at the last game that was a part of the team. So there's secret photographers, there's photographers sharing their work with us, and we're sharing their work with all the public, with anybody and everybody. So hey, we are an outlet that will hey, you want us to collaborate? We will collaborate. We'll put your photos out there. We will share your photos, because what do? We are a Dynamo fan outlet. We are a Dash fan outlet. We provide the content. We provide what you want to see, what you want to have, what you want to listen to, what you want to, everything. So why wouldn't we, man? Why wouldn't we? So we share it. So we love the work that you all do. We do have some of our own. We want to give them shout out to them, especially. So y'all make sure y'all are following. And like you said, at Dynamic Foxtrot on all platforms, IG, X, Blue, whatever the hell it's called, Blue Shield, Blue Chew,
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. Yeah.
We do have
and Foxtrot TV all the time, man.
We do have the handles for our photographers listed on our card. So if you go to the Dynamic Foxtrot profile on X or on YouTube, there's gonna be a link with a card, and it's gonna list all the Instagram handles. So follow one of our photographers, Julio Alvarez, Manuel Gonzalez, Rafael Fernandez, and Ruben Ocampo. There are photographers that have been covering games so far this season on the Dynamo and Dash side. So big shout out to them because they've been pulling a lot of work. And shout out to Rafael, man, because he was on that rain game for the Dash, and he stuck up that rain. So shout out to Rafael.
Bro, he came prepared. He came prepared like he was hunting, like he was ready to find his target. He took his pictures, and he even produced them. Dude, I was surprised to see him. Told him, hey, don't worry about it. Take the day off, man. Save your equipment. Don't worry about producing photos in this stupid ass weather. It might be a delay too. The man showed up right before kickoff. I'm like, well, hello? Get you some food, man. And he's like, I got to go to work. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. And once again, shout out to you guys for supporting our content all the way. And yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for support. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned with our content. And as always, stay noodle, y'all.
Thank you, Luke.